Alright guys, this is like my third attempt at this. So this video is primarily how my server, Hades Raid Corner, works. It's only my server because I created it. You guys make it up, you guys make it what it is. You guys make it all possible, especially my admin team. Most important thing about Hades Raid Corner is how our Discord works. Because we do things a little bit differently. We do things better. Which is probably why you're here. So, the most important thing, so this is it. If you go right here and then go down to bang, the little raid pass, this is us right here. So I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to teach you guys how all this works. Because I had to go back to whenever we were raiding up here. There's got to be a raid up here. There we go. Okay. So this was our last raid for Sydney. This is as Sydney was closing down, so it's gonna be a little bit different than some of them. No, well, not really. It'd be pretty much the same. Most important thing, as you see in the not bold, but in the caps letter. Maybe I should start making it bold. In the caps letters right there, it says, "Please join roll call and listen up if you intend to do the next raid." Now, roll call is a voice channel. Roll call is there so that I know how many people we have to raid, and I'll show you that in a second. And so that we can give you the code on private. So it's how many people. So it's to know how many people we have, and we only give out the code there, so that we know how many people we have. So it's the best way to keep an accurate account for how many people will be joining the next raid. Now, if you're not going to be in the next raid, make sure you're not in the roll call. So let me show you how to join. So in the top left, where I got that little notification up there, because I think one of my admins sent me a message, you're going to click that little menu button. Bang. And you'll see all the text channels. Welcome, basic welcome stuff, general is your general chat. So if it's not about raiding, take all your stuff there. Raids, of course, if you're trying to raid, that's the place to be, period. Not just for the server. If you want to raid in this server, that channel, that's the place to go. Tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your friends. Facts, there's some good stuff there. All kinds of great shit about teleporting. There's your cooldown timer. So there's your IVs for all your Pokemon, knowing like what their IVs are for the CP that shows up. All that good stuff. And some general information as well. Then you got our rules. We got like 3. Don't post codes. Don't be an asshole to somebody. And don't ask somebody for their account info or give your account info to someone. That's it. That's a done deal. So, next is the donations page. If you're just coming here, don't donate yet. See how we work. You're going to love it. And then donate. Alright, I know you're going to love it, so that's fine. And you can get some cool stuff too. So like right now, VIP doesn't really mean anything yet, but it will. Right now it just means your name's in a cool color, which, hey, it's whatever. So the $10 one, you get to pick the next 3 raids, which is pretty beneficial, right? You get more balls because you're going to your team. Or like if we've been doing nothing but Zapdos and you want to do Lugia, then bang, that's a wrap. Next is the highest donor of the day. All right. I need to edit that actually. Say of the day. Go ahead and do that now. Highest donor. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Of the day. All right, so that changes at midnight my time. So that's Eastern Standard Time. It's easiest for me to do it then. So the highest donor of the day gets to pick what color the VIP's names are in. It's pretty cool. And you don't have to do it by a lot. So if you want to know, if you want to change the color, just ask me, and I'll tell you, hey, the last guy donated $20. You need to be at $20 and a penny, 20.01. Now, if you're in a different country, I know it's a little tricky, because it converts it on PayPal, which I accept right there. Make sure you choose friends and family so it doesn't charge me. And then, or you can send me Apple, iTunes stuff. Make sure you got to be in the U.S. because somebody tried to send me Australian Apple iTunes card and it didn't work. What's next? Admin chat, you guys don't need to worry about that. Voting, testing, Pokestop Heaven. Pokestop Heaven's pretty cool. Pokestop Heaven has all these great places. It's like Taronga Zoo, Sydney. We're in Sydney. That's a great place to be. Here's a whole list of them right here that Costly Chris was kind enough to put up. Oberhausen Mall is the place to go if you're trying to farm, but you don't give a shit about your 2-hour cooldown between jumping from, either here to Sydney or whatever the case. This gibberish right here is a GPX file, and I actually have a video for that. Bang, right there. Tells you how to use it, and I use a gotcha. Dernier uses a modded Pokemon Go Plus. That is the place to be. If you just watch that video, explain how to do all that. Coordinates only. We got some great stuff right here. I'm pretty sure people are probably stealing these, but that's alright. Whatever. And there's some 100 CP Pokemon on there. Roll call. Roll call is the most important thing. So, you got all these text channels. You just scroll right down here to roll call. Bang. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect because I'm connected. So if you just go to roll call, click connect to voice. Your screen's going to look pretty much like this. Obviously, you're going to go back to the Rage channel, and you'll still see on the bottom here you're still connected. So now make sure that the little headphones here, you have that enabled. All right. You also need to make sure that your ringer, so you're off vibrate, and that your volume's turned up. And go right here and turn on your speaker, not the other one. All right. I don't know what it is for Android, but you need to make sure that it says iPhone speaker. That way it plays through the actual music speakers instead of the earpiece. Other thing about roll call, I'm glad Dinobot just popped up there. Dinobot's pretty awesome. So Dinobot, he's right here. If you go down to roll call, see Dinobot. Dinobot plays music. So if you have a music suggestion, tag me in it, at Hades, and tell me what you want to listen to. I'll probably throw it into the queue unless I don't like it or I don't think other people will like it. Just go right here, though. Dinobot's kind of loud. So Dinobot's probably going to be right here whenever you first look at him. Turn him down. If you don't want to listen to music, you don't like the song, just mute him. That's all there is to it. Dinobot's here to stay, though. Next. Actually, I think that's it, guys. So the little microphone, don't worry about that. If you're not an admin, you're not going to be able to talk. We do that to keep order, make sure everything stays cool. But we are talking about having a party when we hit 500 members, and I might just unmute everybody, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a great time. I think we're 90 members short right now. That is pretty much it, guys. That's a basic rundown of how the raid corner works. Actually, did I go over what all this gibberish means? If I did, I'll edit it out. If not, let me scroll up here real quick. Remember when I said, alright, cool, right here. So 6-minute alert. That's how much time until I give out the code on the voice channel. Alright, next, Sydney. So that tells you what city we're going to be in. So that'll either be Sydney or New York or Chi-town, maybe betting game, Vegas, maybe Las Vegas, because they're on opposite times, and of course there's only raids during the daylight. Next is Zapdos. That tells you what creature we are going after, what Pokemon we're trying to raid. And then next is the team. So that says Mystic. It'll either say Mystic, Instinct, or Valor. That doesn't mean that only Mystic can join. What that means is that the color of the gem is blue, and therefore, if you are Team Mystic, you might can count on getting 2 extra balls. It's been glitching out a lot lately, no big deal. Some people only want to do, their team raids. So if you're Instinct and we're about to do this Mystic gem right here, all you gotta do is go to roll call, disconnect. Tell me you're not gonna be there. All right, that works out great. And you can see, so roll call right there, boom, it says 8 out of 50. It tells me I've got 8 people ready to raid right now. Now, those guys aren't actually ready to raid. We're just bullshitting, waiting to jump. But when we're raiding, it's important. Next is the coordinates. So the way you use those, you can just open up Pokemon Go or whatever app you use to spoof. Go ahead and turn that off. All right. So let's see here. The way I like to do it if I'm just on my phone is I like to just type them in. So negative 33.848.633. And I know that Sydney's 151 point. Usually it's 2. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6. And I think, boom, this is going to take me to the last gym we rated. And it's definitely not daytime in Sydney. So this will update in just a second, and you'll see I should be right by Mystic Gym, unless somebody took it over. So boom, yep, that's the gym we rated last. So you'll be there. All right. And then the next part tells you that we are going to be joining either private or public. Probably going to be private for the rest of the time out. Honestly, we have enough members that we should be always going in private. Unless it's like for a Lugia or something and we've only got like 12 members ready to raid, then we might go public. But we like to go private, make sure nobody wastes their raid pass. Because the cool thing about private is if we have like 22 members and so it fills up and you're like the last guy that can't get in, you try to go private and the code doesn't work, it doesn't waste your raid pass. So you just wait for the next raid, and if we got to, we'll run 2 groups, whatever the case. But, you know, if you don't get in, let somebody know. But don't go public. It's at your own risk for show. All right, next part says at 0500. So actually, I'm going to go back to where I was a while ago. Central Park. I think it was like right there was that raid. Boom. So you see that Magmar? So it says 35 minutes left over his head. So that 5 minute at 0500 is the time we would go in. So obviously your wait time would never be 30 minutes. But in this case, if we were going for that raid, you'd be waiting until it said, you know, only 5 minutes left. But that was, as you can see, that was the last Sydney raid of the day. So that was like the last raid in Sydney that we were able to catch. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or anything, PM me or one of the admin guys, or DM, whatever you want to call it. I guess Twitter's the DMs. So I think that's it. Comment below. Give this video a like, maybe. I'm not really a big YouTuber. It's my second video, but I'm doing it to help the channel. So good luck raiding, guys. Come out. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Tell your sister. If you're Hex, tell your kids. Appreciate it, guys. I hope this helps.